Then the owner said, yeah, well, you better ask him first. Oh, hey, we're rolling. What's up, everybody? Griff and I are actually up on the Angleworm Trail, up in the BWCA, the Boundary Water Canoe area. We're gonna just do a quick overnight. Hopefully we run into Shug, because that's his Jeep right over there. So, fingers crossed. Let's get down the trail. So we're hitting a little pit stop here. Trail is great. The part that gets you, that kind of throws you off, is it's about 2 miles to the trail, to the loop. So you have to lay down those 2 miles before you're actually on the Angleworm loop. So I don't know, we're probably halfway to the loop, and then we have to find a campsite, because there was quite a few vehicles in the parking lot. So we'll just have to pick one that's empty. So after the long, treacherous hike, we finally made it to the loop. I'm just kidding. It's an easy hike in. It's a little slick on the rocks, but relatively flat, so not too bad at all. So this goes to the east side of the lake. This goes to the west side of the lake. I think pretty much everybody goes to the east side, so of course that's where we're headed. That's probably the best chance of a shug spotting. So I think we're heading that way, and hopefully we can find a campsite. So we're a ways down the trail. It's kind of muggy. It's, humid, so just getting sticky, icky, sweaty. But some of the views around here are phenomenal. We're coming up on the first campsite. Haven't heard any voices yet, so fingers crossed we can grab that one. Trail hasn't been too bad, a little slick. Little more hills once you're on the loop with more rocks. So Griff actually went down.
I did.
So it is what it is, it happens. He didn't lose any equipment, he didn't break any equipment, so we're still good to go. So now we know we are really close to the first site. These are, I believe, fuel tanks with a fuel pump from back in the old logging days. Way up here in the middle of nowhere. All right, folks, we found a campsite. Here we are. I don't know where it is on the map because there's no service up here, but it's right on the water. We had to drop off a pretty substantial hill to get down here. Griff and I were both slipping and sliding down the hill, but we made it successfully. No broken gear, so we're all right. But it's down that guy. It's a big one, but it's got a fire ring with a grate, a couple little benches right on the water. The water is like glass. It's phenomenal. It's quiet. There's no wind. They are talking rain, possible thunderstorms tonight. So fingers crossed, that's going to happen. Rain all day tomorrow. So it'll be a wet walkout because this is just an overnight. But hey, we made it. So I'm just about finished setting up. I want to do a little video segment here. I couldn't decide what hammock to bring. So I just went with a mishmash kit. So I have my Teton Hammock Company hammock. This is the Hyper D version, so I have 2 different versions of the Backwoods Pro. This is the Hyper D one. This is the first one I bought. The tarp is the Warbonnet Superfly. I wanted that because it's got the doors and the pull-outs for comfort. If it does rain or thunderstorm tonight, I want to make sure I got room to monkey around under here. Underquilt is my Hammock Gear Economy Phoenix. Top quilt, Go Outfitters Stratus top quilt. Pillow is the Go Outfitters Adventure Pillow. And one piece of equipment that I cannot forget about is, of course, the landing pad from Go Outfitters. This has been my favorite piece of equipment by far for any trip. It's been on every trip since I've gotten it. If you haven't seen the video on this thing, it's awesome. I think it's a 54-inch circle, but it's 70D silicone treated nylon, so it's like a tarp. But I put it underneath my hammock for like a clean changing spot, or I'll put my backpack in it, or I'll cover, put my backpack in my chair and cover my chair with it. It's just so versatile that there's no way I can go camping without it. Also, all my hardware on this one is Dutchware. So it's the Dutch clips, Dutch buckle, whoopee slings, whoopee hook. For my tarp tie-outs, it's the ringworms. So I kind of dabbled with every company. And speaking of Teton, check this shirt out. Yeah. Yep, Mark was nice enough to send me this shirt. They actually have these on their website now. So check that out. I will have links in the description box of all of this stuff in case you want to check it out. This is all the different gear that I'm using on this trip. So like I said, I couldn't just settle on one. I kind of wanted to give love to everybody because I like all of the equipment. Here's a little disclaimer. I'm not a professional. I do not get paid for this. I'm not paid by any company to do this. I buy the stuff. I try the stuff. I have been sent stuff to test, and I am lucky enough to be able to keep that stuff. But as far as a paycheck, no. Nope. I just do this on my free time. So there's my little disclaimer. On with the video. All right, we're all set up. We're all deployed. This is Griff's setup. He's got the Warbonnet Superfly as well, with a Dutchware Chameleon underneath. Actually, it's the Dutchware Chameleon wide. Yep. Because it used to be mine. We did a little gear swapping. He ended up with that, so I no longer have the Dutchware Chameleon wide. I ended up with a Warbonnet Wookiee for my Hennessy hammock. So there's my deployed Superfly back there. So we're flying the same tarp, but it seemed like the right tool for the job. Also, I have my Hummingbird tarp, which is a great backup tarp. This thing has been on many trips, and it's saved many trips. It's only 9.2 ounces, and it's actually a full-size tarp. 132 by 90 when it's deployed, and it has pullouts, which is really nice for your basic tarp. So no doors or nothing, but it does have the pullouts on it. So another piece of equipment, another different company. Had to bring it. So there's the campsite behind us, and in the morning we get to go up this beast. This is quite the hill. Let me show you. And it just keeps going up. This is probably about halfway, so it's gonna be something in the morning. But it's a beautiful spot. It's been calm, no rain so far. The wind is picking up a little bit. So I do have the Hummingbird tarp set up in porch mode, so we can tuck under that and cook and whatnot. And whew, it's exhausting. It has been exhausting. It's probably about 6 miles into this one, so not too bad. Hills aren't real bad. They're steep, but they're short. So then it flattens out, gives you a little breather, and then you're up and down again. All in all, not that bad of a trail. Well, Griff and I just did a little hike up to Whiskey Jack. It's about a mile from the site we're staying at. Hoping to run into Shug. He was not there. So I don't know where he is. We saw his vehicle in the lot. Maybe he bugged out. Maybe he's on the other side of the lake. I don't know. But maybe we'll catch up with him next time. So we're starting to hear some thunder rolling in. So I want to do this quick little part here. We're going to play a game. We're going to play What's That Smell? I'm just kidding. No, I kind of want to do like a little Q&A. So I'm going to ask Griff a couple questions and maybe help answer some questions that you guys might have. What was your first hammock?
My first hammock was an equipped hammock from Walmart.
And why did you upgrade?
Well, my education on the matter improved, and I found out that it could be a whole lot better through various fabrics, lengths, features like ridge lines, that it could just be vastly improved upon. So I just started going down that rabbit hole.
Okay. What'd you upgrade to?
The first hammock that I wound up buying was a Warbonnet ridge hammock. And I did that because I suffered some pretty bad shoulder squeeze in that equip, but that was due to me just not knowing how to set it up.
Yeah.
What to do.
Yeah.
So it just crushed me on that.
So my first hammock was the bare butt double. And that was a 10-foot hammock. That was the 3-panel. I bought it because it was on sale. It was cheap, and I started trying to sleep in it. I just couldn't get the hang of it. Something was off. Something was weird. And Griff actually suggested an 11-foot hammock. So the first one I found that was actually affordable was Go Outfitters. So I upgraded to that. It came with a ridge line, and so I started studying the ridge line, the different materials and stuff like that, and what a difference that made. And then after that, I bought because the Go Outfitters I bought did not have a net on it. So then, you know, the following season was summer, so I needed something with the bug net. So I bought the Go Outfitters Go Camping 2.0 because I like the Go Outfitters so much that I just wanted one with the net. And then that just sparked all kinds of different curiosity about the different materials, the different cuts, the different lengths, the different widths. So it just kind of snowballed into, you know, what I'm camping in now. It's just the curiosity bug got me. I dropped a lot of other hobbies just to afford this one. So that's kind of my hammock thing now, and now, you know, Griff's story. So it's not always you go buy one, it's great, it's super, you're done. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you got to buy it, try it, and then move on to the next one. Maybe the next one's better. Otherwise, I suggest watching videos. Watch a ton of videos, and it's always subjective comfort. Everybody's comfort is different. Pat is in the community wide tonight, which is what, 65 wide?
I think it's 68.
68 wide, something like that, I don't remember. And I'm in a Teton. I'm taller than he is, but my Teton is only 57 or 58 wide. I don't recall on that one, but I'm comfortable in that, and he's comfortable in his. So it's very subjective. It's a lot of trial and error. So
even just on a setup, it's a lot of trial and error.
yes, getting your foot angle, you know, higher than your head. Everybody's different there too. I use an app called Climbrometer, and I found out about 3 degrees. If my feet are 3 degrees higher than my head, that's a pretty good night's sleep right there. But that was a lot of trial and error. I tried 2, I tried 5, I tried 4, until I finally dialed it down to getting that good balance. Because my feet too high, my shoulders hurt, my feet too low, my heels hurt. So, and you know, everybody's gonna sleep different. Some people don't get heel pressure like I do. My heels seem to be very, very sensitive. And if you get your feet too high, all the blood's gonna rush to your head, and you're gonna wake up with a massive headache.
Absolutely.
So, a lot of trial and error. Keep at it.
Good luck.
So we just had some supper. I had a rice side. It was a teriyaki, I think. Had one little rain event so far, just a quick drizzle. Now it kind of looks like there's blue sky behind it. But yeah, we hunkered down under the Hummingbird tarp. So nice having that, nice having a spare tarp. And the water just turned like glass again. It's just so calm and quiet out here. Unreal. Well, it's morning. It's about 7 o'clock. I think I've been up since probably about 5:30. Just hanging out in the hammock, editing videos and whatnot. You know, it's still pretty dark out. It was really dark when I woke up, but there's some light coming now. there was some thunderstorms off and on all night. The big one finally, I think, settled in about 5. So it was great. It was fun. The wind did pick up a little bit, but stayed nice and dry. One thing I do like about a hammock is, number 1, I'm off the ground, so any water goes right underneath me. Number 2, I'm actually sitting upright to make my coffee. So I did bring my little table, and I have my GSI coffee rocket pour over. First cup of the day, and it is starting to smell delicious. We did not end up at the first campsite. It was taken. Luckily we found this one, and yeah, it ended up working out really, really well. The weather worked in our favor for the most part. You know, the walkout's going to be wet, but I got dry clothes in the truck. I'll change when I get there, and I'll have a nice dry drive home. So I'm all packed up. I got my landing pad covering up my pack, so that stays dry. Ozark Trail rain jacket. That's where I was hanging, all cleaned up, good to go. Griff is just about done. And then it's about a 6-mile hike out of here. We are gonna be soaked. It's not really raining that hard, but the drops are gonna come off the trees and the brush and whatnot, and it's gonna be wet. Well, we made it back to the parking lot. There's quite a few vehicles that left. You know, we're not early by any means, but we didn't see any tracks on the trail, so maybe they left last night. I'm not sure. Shug left. So, Shug sighting 2021, no go. We did not see him. I think that's about it for this video. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, stay happy, campers.